Well, I had a really good morning session of trading today here on the live stream on my channel. So turn on those bell notifications and come hang out at 8:20 a.m. Central Time. On the trading session, took two separate grouped trades, had some decent entries and some really good entries, and it worked out well. So please sit back and enjoy the stream recap while we go over those trades. Yo, good morning. Happy Wednesday. All right, a little pumpy so far. Markets are up 1%. Or at least the NASDAQ is up 1%. The ES is up half a percentage point. Do some lines on my chart. Basically, points of interest for me. If we have a nice downside move, I want to see what happens at 12,150 or so. We'll see if we reject 600 again, top of the cluster, rejection point prior. If we pop through 600, break through the prior highs, then I'm looking for 12,800. But those are kind of the different levels of interest from like a bigger perspective. But everything looks pretty good on the buy side right now. Pretty pumpy. Delta looks good. We'll obviously see how the morning takes us and kind of how we want to be playing this. Kramer sent out a nice little tweet this morning saying that the lows were in. So who knows if we're going to flush or not. But, you know, all that stuff. So that's the game plan. Other than that, we're just going to be, you know, playing those levels and watching how the price action is going. All right, testing volume. We got VWAP down at 430. Opened at 77, so that would be a 45-point push to the downside, which is pretty on par with what we've been seeing if we do get VWAP. All right, there's VWAP. I would be much more willing to bid VWAP if the ES wasn't just like crashing through it with a lot of sellers here. A little sketch to me to be wanting to buy this. Heavy close through VWAP. That was a 77 to 11, so about 65 points there, 66 points. This heavy type of close through VWAP typically to me means more selling. I would like to see maybe a retest of 25 to 27, but typically when we smack through it, it's pretty heavy. So that's kind of what I'm anticipating right now. Oh, this is kind of clean action as of right now. I want to see this push into VWAP here. See what happens. I'm gonna take the short here off of VWAP, off the rejection. That's what I called out at the beginning of this candle, or when this candle closed. It's a nice close through VWAP, so I wanted to see us come back up and test those 20s and then continue to get slapped, basically. Looking for a little bit more follow through here, though. We got a minute and 56 seconds left. There it goes. We got 66 looking pretty interesting here as well. Just going to take this off. I want to try and let this run as much as I can. If we can close heavy, if we can close down here below 400, that'd be looking really good for the move into potentially yesterday's value area and a rotation. We'll see. I'm only up 10 points right now, so talking a little bit ahead of myself. Market makers at extreme confusion. The fade mat indicator suggests that they should be pumping it, but then there's also the Jim Cramer that suggests they should be shorting it, so they don't really know what they should be doing right now. I'm joking, by the way. Pushing nicely back into VWAP. Trying to blast above it. ES coming up for the VWAP test as well. Buyer's looking pretty good here. So as of right now, nice little fake out and rip to the upside, back into volume. And it's like fully retracing, down 30 points right now. Max run up on this trade was what? 20 points, down to 400, which is what we boosted off of. So then a 400 to a 450 move. Trying to close really strong here. What a kind of gross candle, not gonna lie. The fact that I think they flipped it on they did flip it on the ES and then boosted back up into the 80s. Broken. So we had a, 60-point slap, 60-point rip, hanging out at the top of the range right now. ES making new highs. There goes the NAS by a point or a tick or so. Buyers look good here. I want to see like a little bit more of a clean break, seeing as we rejected this spot 2 times before. But buyers do look good. I added one here at the top of the range. We continue boosting, then we kill the trade. But top of the range, that's an ad that I want to take. We're just like kind of chilling at the top of the range. So we're either about to slow grind or I think we're about to get slapped. But that's what I'm waiting to see. ES closes below 05, really 06. That'd be very dirty looking. And there's the VWAP test on the ES. Nice slap. So at this point, you want to see the ES like kind of rotate into 97 on this next candle. Or now. So at the NAS, we'll get to VWAP. Damn, missed that by like a tick. I'm out of my first contract, $340, but now I just have this top runner going. If this candle flips green, I will be out of the trade. Taking home, what, $300 or something out of it. Because now we're sitting on volume at 50. Bouncing off VWAP. ES bouncing off value area low. Would like to be patient for the continued move, but this might be the bounce spot. Either way, this trade's ending green, so I'm going to be patient. I'm not going to try and milk it. I'm just going to let it happen. Okay, we're out. 245. Exit market and cancel all orders. So you take everything off the table, and now we can basically reset. We're 30 minutes into the day. We've made $245 after not a great trade. Well, one, honestly, the first trade was a good trade. It was a good trade. I should have been less greedy with it. I was looking for like a big continued move to the downside. This trade was immediately in the money. So the management should have been better. I wanted to see a rotation to like the 80s or the 60s out of this trade. It was like immediately 20 points, and then we had crazy rips through VWAP. All of the pain that I experienced came from this trade being immediately in the money and then just ripping against me. Well, nice bounce off 75. Nice little bounce. We'll see if they get back into the range from there or not. Since I missed that, the 80 bounce also looks nice. I'm long off 88. Top of the range. Looking at this volume at 04. Into the wick zone. Should move fairly quick through here, I think. Rolling over a little bit though. 10 points down. There's new lows on the NAS. It's the bottom of the range. That was of interest to me. Quick little boost. Out of one. I'm taking that second one off also. Point away and then got slapped. I don't want to be a dick for a tick, and that's typically what happens when we just get melted. So played the bottom of the range there on that second ad. That's what made me money on that trade for the most part. First entry's got to get a little better. Second entry is golden today. I'm happy with both of my second entries are trades that I would take both times. Like, I'm not getting into the second trade because I'm losing in the trade and like I want to lower my cost average. That's not why I'm getting into the second trades. I just want to be like very transparent and very clear about that. I'm getting into those second contracts that I'm getting into are purely because they're at levels that I want to trade. And I would be trading those levels if I was not in a trade to begin with. You're supposed to add your winner though, right? I think there's a time and a place. If you're adding to winners just to take adding to winners, you're going to end up losing money. All it's doing is, if it's not spread out correctly, all it's doing is leveraging you up for any sort of chop.